Hello and welcome to another FillQuick tutorial video. And in this video, I'm going to explain how to import your leads into FillQuick. First of all, to start, I want to explain what the purpose is of importing leads into FillQuick. Well, perhaps you may have a lead source provider, whether it's Redfin, maybe perhaps it's someone who provides you leads, and you want to take a spreadsheet that they give you filled with a bunch of data, maybe the first and last name, phone number, address, and you want to import that data into FillQuick as a lead. And then you want to either try to call these people to generate some sales from them. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But to start, I want to explain what fields are. If you go to leads and you were to go to a brand new lead, for example, each of these are actual fields, like the first name, the last name, the phone number, the address. These are fields inside of FillQuick on a lead. Now, do understand too, you have lead sources, so you can custom configure whichever lead sources you have. Maybe you have Redfin, you have Peter, the lead source provider, whoever it is, XYZ company. You can create unlimited different lead sources by configuring it inside of FillQuick. And when you're importing the data from the spreadsheet they give you into FillQuick, you'll be able to auto-populate this information from that spreadsheet on whether they give you 5, 10, 20, 100 customers at a time. You'll be able to import all that data at once. And that's the power I'm going to show you how to do. Next, I want to explain the file format that we accept. So if you go to leads and then import, you will see here that the file format we accept is a CSV file. So the file you're going to import into FillQuick has to be a .csv file. And that's something that's very important for you to note. Next, in this video, I'm going to explain the two links you have here where it says reference document and example lead CSV. You're going to want to download these two files because that's what you're going to want to refer to, as you will see here in a second, to create your spreadsheet and to make sure all the data is correct before importing it into FillQuick. Okay, so after you click on this and you click on this and download it to your computer, you will have these files where you save them. And these are the two files that you'll actually see. As you see at the top here, we have the leads import CSV columns, and then we also have the leads import sample right over here. Now, the first thing I want to explain to you is headers and what headers are and how they relate to FillQuick. Well, up here, as you see, I'm going to zoom in for you. I'll click over here. We have lead source, property type, business name, first name. Remember when I showed you inside FillQuick those fields? Well, your headers are pretty much the fields that we have inside of FillQuick that you can fill the data in this spreadsheet up with, which will carry over exactly into FillQuick and put that actual lead data in that exact box, okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to explain, and keep in mind, you really want to get familiar with headers. If we go over to this leads import CSV columns document, you will see that not all headers are actually required. As a matter of fact, the only ones that are required is the first name, the last name of this lead that you're importing. So for example here, first name and last name. And then also if commercial is selected under property type, well, as it says over here, the business name is going to have to be required in order for you to import into FillQuick your CSV file successfully. And don't worry, we have a step which you'll see, which is a validation step, where if anything is broken and it's wrong, it'll actually not let you import that file, or it'll tell you, hey, we're going to import this data, and it's going to be put into the notes. And you'll get to see that as you start watching this video, but then also try importing yourself spreadsheets that you have as well. Okay, another thing I want to explain is headers that are not in FillQuick. So for example, this header over here, maybe perhaps you have a lead source provider that gives you a header that is called permit required or whatever you want to call it. And maybe they tell you this customer, there's a specific permit that's required, and it's yes. And for your second lead, it's no. I want to first of all explain here, each of these lines underneath the header is an actual lead that you're going to be importing into FillQuick. So this is lead number 1, this is lead number 2. If I had another one on this line, it would be lead number 3. So going back to this actual header, maybe they said permit required is yes or no. Maybe they have something called, and again, I'm just creating anything from thin air. Contact made is yes, and this one is no. This means the lead source provider, whether they called this person yes or no. Any header, okay, because the top one is a header, that is not a header that FillQuick has, which is really a field inside of FillQuick, it's going to still import it into FillQuick on this customer, but it's going to be imported into the notes. Now, why is this important? Because in case you have specific information that your lead source provider gives you that we don't have a header for, and you still want that information on that customer, well, if you have that header, it's going to import it into the notes. And I'm going to show you that by just putting this information directly over here. Okay, so let's prepare this spreadsheet. Now, let's just say that your lead source provider just gave you 2 leads today, okay? And these 2 were the leads. Now, the first thing I want to explain is, look, lead source, property type, business name, you do not need to have all of these fields that are, of course, not required, but you do not need to have all these fields in order to successfully import it. Like maybe your lead source provider doesn't give you the actual address. So I'm going to delete the address on this. And maybe, perhaps the city over here of Surprise, let's delete that for this customer. I'm just saying they give you this information. And as a matter of fact, even if they didn't have these columns, like this over here was, let me just delete that. They didn't have this actual header. That's fine. You could still import it. Just note, if these headers match exactly the names you actually see here in this document, these are the possible headers that you have to have up here with data filled under here in order for it to exactly go into FillQuick and match the exact field so that it's auto-populated inside of FillQuick. So let me show you, for example, okay? I want to perhaps save this file, so let's go to File and Save As. And we're gonna save it as the leads import sample on the desktop. And do I want to replace the file? Because in this case, this is the exact file name. Yes, I do. In other words, I updated this file. Now let's go into FillQuick and actually upload this file. So I'm going to open up FillQuick, and we're on step number 1 here, again, under leads and then import. I'm going to click on browse, and then I'm going to upload this file. Or what I can do, just to show you, is I can actually grab it directly from here and throw it on this page. So now that it successfully uploaded it inside of FillQuick, step number 1 is done and the file is uploaded. Let's click on step number 2 here, the validate phase. Okay, now we're on the validate. We push this button. And FillQuick is validating the request. It's checking to see this file that we're uploading it. Does it have any errors? Anything outside of FillQuick's norm of importing? It'll tell you directly once this is done loading. Okay, here as you see, it has 2 warnings, but nothing that will stop you from importing this file into FillQuick. Remember, I added the columns permit required and also contact made. It's just saying it's not a recognized header name that FillQuick has to exactly put inside of FillQuick, right? Remember we talked about the actual text fields, the fields in FillQuick? Well, these are outside of it. So it's just telling you it's going to go into the notes. So now that we have this file validated and it's good to go, it also shows you the number of leads here are going to be 2 that are going to be imported. Let's go over to step number 3, the import phase. Okay, we're on step 3, and now let's import these leads into FillQuick. All right, voila, we're done. These 2 leads were successfully imported into FillQuick. Now, in order to take a look at what happened on these leads, you would just go to leads and then you will go to list. And let's take a look at those 2 that we just imported. It's the top 2 over here. If you remember from the file, and I'll bring it over directly here, we imported Pizza Hut. This is the commercial, John Doe. And here's the phone number and whatnot. That's the one right here, the Pizza Hut. And then as well, the second customer was named Jane Doe. That's right over here. So let's go take a look at this first one and click on it. And as you see directly here in the file, the imported data, remember I told you that if there's any headers outside of what FillQuick has, it's going to put it in the notes. The imported data, permit required is yes, contact made is yes. That's those 2 headers, let me scroll over here, that we created, permit required, and this data was imported on that actual customer, okay? And then also now you see here all the phone numbers, all the information that the headers such as city, state, zip code, first name, last name, those headers that we actually have, and I'm going to repeat it up here, these are the exact same fields that match the exact same name, so it knows that's the data we're going to import for that exact field. And if you recall, we deleted the address field on this and the other one, so that's why the address isn't showing over here. Okay, so very important to note. The last thing I want to say, we even have this pipeline in your leads. In this case, if you take a look at the actual document, we have a pipeline as well, header. So you will be able to, the stage directly over here, you will be able to exactly match, maybe perhaps you have a specific set stage that this lead is in the pipeline. You can have it match that exactly and tag that customer. So you're going to want to refer to this leads import CSV columns file and really read it through and take a look at the notes. And it will start to make more sense that if you have certain headers that match exactly with text, what FillQuick will actually do with it. So I want to thank you so much for watching this FillQuick tutorial. Again, if you have any questions about this, do reach out to our support team. We're here to help you. Thank you very much, and that concludes this video.